We can't play this game anymore, but can we still be friends? Things just can't go on like before, but can we still be friends? Possibly, I don't know. Maybe, hopefully, okay. I don't know if you still want to be friends with somebody who broke your heart or someone you have broken. So it's a Tuesday. Go grab your beer or tea or whatever it is that you like to drink and sit with me. Let's talk about transitioning to a single life and tying up loose ends. Hi, my name is Lee, and today we're trying to tie up loose ends. This conversation is now open. Yeah, I'm back to recording at night because I was too busy this morning. I cleaned up my room and I haven't even touched the closets and the plant shelves, but at least I was able to finish more than 80% of the room, so I'm happy with that. It's a good thing to be cleaning up once a month because it also declutters the brain. I didn't declutter, by the way. No, yeah, maybe I should do that um, for the first quarter of the year. I don't know. Anyway, so you're single, but there are still loose ends in being single. And also, how do you transition to a single life? Now, I realize that some of us, we cannot really do without a partner, that we feel very much lonely without a partner. I just finished watching the Andy Warhol diaries, and throughout the documentary, as they explored his diaries, it came to light how he was really lonely because he wanted to have someone. And I think most of us are like that. I don't know, at one point in my life, I actually asked myself if I was just really born to look if I was just really born to look for um, romantic partnerships. And I realized that I wasn't. Um, and it came when I started recognizing and I started remembering. Yeah, it came when season two came up. That there are pretty much different types of love, and it's not just romantic love. Being wired looking for romantic love. I guess that's the I don't I'm not guessing. I'm theorizing actually that it has something to do, and I should read up on this as well. That it has something to do with our animal instinct, that instinct to reproduce, to that instinct to pass on your genes, and of course you can't do that by yourself. We're not scientifically asexual beings, so we can't multiply by ourselves. We're not amoebas. Right. So, and I should read up on that. I think it's really a primal instinct in our psyche to be looking for a partner for that purpose, um, for the purpose of multiplication, for the purpose of having a child, for the bearing. But I, when I realized that if I'm only looking for it because of love, because of the lack of love that I feel, then I don't know what kind of life am I living if I am lacking love. Like what I said in previous episodes, um, you can find love in the things that you do, and that's why some of us would throw away the word love on everything that we do. I love Dota too. I love my plants. I love going to travels, to places, to if you know what I mean. We freely use it, but we also say that we have a lack of it, which is really, really weird. But hey, you know what? That's not what I want to talk about today. I'm going far away from what we are supposed to be talking about today. I'm so sorry. And what's ironic is that I just finished watching How to Stay on Point from LinkedIn Learning. Maybe it did not leave a mark on me. I should revisit that content. Anyway, oh yeah, I still do learn about these things because it's nice to be refreshed. And sometimes you'd surprise yourself that there are still things that you still don't know. Plus, I like noting on how it was delivered and maybe, picking up some points that I can use for my own delivery. Not just for the podcast, but for work in general. Anyway, so let's talk about first on how we transition to being single. I know that after the breakup, there will be so much confusion. So after those confusion, I would really say that letting it go, it means, well, now the way that I understand it is it means that you don't go against your natural flow. So, what are your natural flows? Let's say that you're really a sentimental person. And, ever since I was a kid, people always say that being sentimental is bad, as well as being an overthinker. But after I've done some strengths training, coaching, I realized one thing, or I realized some things actually, but there's one realization that really stood out. So, at work, we're lucky to have participated in the Clifton Strengths, and we have coaches that can help you build up your strengths and play on your strengths. Your strength is most likely your weakness. And some people, as we grow up, just put some things in a very negative light just because we don't understand so much of it. Like, for example, being sentimental in this case, right? So we talk about being sentimental as something really bad because we associate it with words like being dramatic and things like those. But there are people who are naturally sentimental. And now, is that bad if they're naturally sentimental? I don't think, because I think that the most sentimental people in your life are also the most thoughtful. They are also the people who would keep things that you give them for a very long time, whether they hold on to it as a memory or just really to remember you by. But these are people who would take care of what is given to them, with or without them knowing that they are. So I don't know what's wrong with that. It's just really a matter of knowing how to play it as a strength rather than always looking at it as something negative. Because if those people start changing themselves, I think they would be the most numb people that you would ever meet. Because usually extremes would just go to the other end of the line, and I don't think you want to do that, because usually when someone's sentimental, they're also caring, they also deeply care about you. So if you're that kind of person and you don't feel like throwing away the things that would remind you of that person who just broke up with you, that's fine. That's fine. Even if your friends tell you to do that, even if your family to do that, if you feel like holding on to it, just keep it. Maybe keep it somewhere you can just see it. I would say try to control your interaction with the object or with the picture, but keep it. Don't completely throw it away. Put it somewhere that you don't see every day, but don't throw it away. Or If you're simply just the person who likes repurposing things, then don't do it. Don't throw it away because it would feel bad if you throw it away, especially if it's something that's really useful. See, if you go against your flow, it will just make your transition a little bit complicated. Because instead of just going through the transition of being single again, leaving a life behind you, you're also going to create, I don't know, like a vacuum where it might go, it's 50-50. You might miss the person more in the process, or you might completely forget about the person, right? Or not just that, you're also, a lot of different emotions would also come up as you go through it if you keep on going against the flow, and that will make your brain overthink, which again, I don't think overthinking is totally bad. It can be a superpower as well, because now most overthinkers I know are the most precautious people too, and there's nothing wrong with that because they anticipate what's gonna happen. But then again, know your boundaries, know your limit when you have these kinds of things, or when these kinds of things are natural to you. So don't go against your flow. Let it flow. Compromise, I would say compromise with what is natural for you, but don't completely go against your flow. Understand that you are loved. Yeah. So there will be mornings when it's hard to accept that you're no longer in a relationship, and that he's no longer there, she's no longer there, and they might already be dating somebody else and whatnot. When you have these thoughts that would put you in a negative state, just pause and take a deep breath. No, it won't solve anything actually, but what your pause and your deep breath would do is to slow down your brain. It will interrupt the current thoughts that you have, and it would give you a little space to refocus on other things that you have to do in a day. It's nothing dramatic. It's just really practical. When people tells you to pause and take a deep breath, it's nothing dramatic. It's not like in the movies that everything will just flood in your brain and then you're gonna have like this aha moment. No, no, not like that. Again, it won't solve anything right away, but at least it will help interrupt those thoughts, slow down your thinking process, your brain, and allows you to refocus on what you have to do in the day. Cry when you have to cry. Feel your emotions. And from someone who questions her emotions a lot, I know that this is something that we should all be doing. It's okay to be sad. It's okay to be sad. It's an emotion. It's okay to be sad, because if you don't know what sad is, you'll never know what would make you happy, and it won't motivate you to look for that happiness or to create that happiness within you. I would suggest to write it down. That's the most practical way to deal with it. While you're crying, write down every emotion. You don't feel like writing or typing it down, record. And when you're happier, read it, listen to it. It's either you have written something so profound and life-changing, or something that you can use as a material for stand-up comedy. Either way, it's gonna be gold. Okay, now, one thing that's hard when it comes to transitioning to a single life would be your what ifs. What if things happen differently? What if I call him, talk to him, and tell him about these things? Unless you just really want to know the answer. All right? Unless you just really want to know, and that what if is an actual curiosity to clear things out. I would say that's fine. Go ahead and talk to him about those things. But if it's not, if it's a destructive kind of what if, then before you do anything, think think about these what ifs. Not not by answering them. See, your brain tricks you a lot of time. Okay? What it doesn't know, it fills in with details that you don't even understand where it came from. It could be from a pattern that you have observed, and because we like, we're in an age where every process of whatever had fascinated people before is suddenly out in the public. And I would say I'm very guilty of this because um I like watching true crime documentaries or shows like Criminal Minds. Some of them are gold, yeah, but some of them, well, after some time, I have to cross reference them with actual neurology studies or psychology studies, or whatever is written scientifically about it before I would accept it as truth. Because sometimes I think even if a show would have a person from, let's say, the FBI um, behavioral unit, sometimes, of course, artistic, I don't know what you call that, artistic license would give the directors or the writers the freedom to exaggerate it a little bit. So, it can be a little bit tricky. But yeah, so sometimes it could be, things, our brain would patch up things from different things that we have observed, heard, know, and sometimes would mix in a little bit of memory. And because we want to say that we have known this person from the relationship, it kind of fills in those little gaps. So sometimes your brain would give you these what ifs, and they're a little bit destructive because um, these facts are not really like blatantly known by both parties. And if that's the case, then your what ifs are coming from an expectation that never played out. Okay, so the truth right now is you are living on an alternate life from what you've expected. That's true. All right, so we have to make that clear, and I have to say that again. You are living now an alternate life from what you have expected. So expectation really is tricky, and most people will argue to justify that they just hope and trusted. That's it. I say, well, if you're the only one who had consented to these things, that they will go according to your plan, that is expectation, right? You expected a kind of life or a kind of relationship with this person. It's cliche. Oh, no. I'm sorry. If there was a concrete plan and things did change, then you can say you hope and trust it. So think it through before you do anything that might jeopardize any kind of hope still that's supposed to be with you and that person. I don't really think so much because I think, well, not I think, I know, and I've proven this now, that when I have my what ifs, it's really more of a curiosity, and I'm really weird. I guess it is my kind of closure that if I talk to the person and that person would tell me and would be very, very honest with me and would tell me what he really feels, then I would accept it and just move on from there. So if that's just your kind of what if, I'm fine. But if your kind of what if would have some other kind of intention, Um, think about it. Okay, so when people would tell you to surround yourself with family and friends or those who love you or support you or whatnot, it's actually right. That isn't a cliche. That's where I wanted to say. It isn't a cliche if you heard that advice from somebody else, from YouTube, from some article. Because at this point, what you need to be reminded of is you lost romantic love, but you did not lose love at all. So it's just a part of love that you lost. And one way to really understand that is when you're with friends or those who love you. Now, there are tons of rules out there, but I would say live your own truth. And you know what they say stop talking to your ex. And um, I think we will go a little bit over time for this episode. Usually our episodes are just 30-minute long or, not exceeding 35. But I think we're going to go a little bit over time today because the next part, I think, is what got you to listening to this episode. So, should you be in contact with your ex? Can you be friends with your ex? How about his circle of friends or her circle of friends? Should you cut ties with anyone involved in the relationship like his family or her family? Can you date one of his or her friends? Now, these are the things that we would want to talk about. Now, the truth is there isn't one way to approach this. And I might be putting things that may sound general, but of course, depending on the situation that you are in right now, just adjust them and make them your own and, to make it more individual. Somebody asked me if I'm open to giving personal advices. Sure, why not? Just leave me an email or maybe message me. I don't know where that will take you, but I would be happy to listen to you and learn from you and learn from your experiences. Um, yeah, no, I won't. Without your consent, I won't talk about them on this podcast, of course. But of course, it would always be nice to hear how you, stranger, would be dealing with all of these things on your own. Maybe there's something that is still yet to be discovered that you do and worth sharing with everyone else. Okay, so I know that right after the breakup, and this goes both ways, whether you're the dumper or the dumpy, there might be an urge to communicate. I would say it's okay to communicate, but know your boundaries, know your limitation. Why? Because you are exes. So that means that's the past. Right now, you have no formal relationship if you're into labeling things. You're basically back to being strangers, right? Or a little bit of friends, acquaintances. Okay, you're back to being acquaintances. And sometimes the urge to communicate or communication might be tricky. See, okay, so for a very long time, I did not understand why people would say, stop talking to your ex. Okay, some people, when they say that, they just really want to be in control because, it's something that they failed in life to do, maybe, or maybe they had really bitter intentions of doing so. But as I grew older, now I'm understanding it has nothing to do with your ex, actually. It has more to do with you and your psyche. I don't know why you would want to be talking to a person who had just recently caused you pain. Unless you're a masochist, for emotional torture and pain, okay, I'm not judging, right? But yeah, it may be good for your psyche. Some people may be in the right place when they advise you that. Some people may just be on an intention, on a different intention. I don't know. Um, but it could be good for your psyche. Because the more that you talk with a person, the more that you're gonna have your what ifs, the more that you're gonna think about, um, the more that you're gonna try to figure things out, which shouldn't be at this point. At this point, the only thing that you're supposed to figure out is how you move forward. That's it. Um, there's nothing more to figure out about a broken relationship or a relationship that has ended. There's nothing more to think about that. What you want to think about that, what you want to think about now is yourself. How are we moving forward? How we make use of the time that we have? How to redefine ourselves? That's it. If talking to your ex and being friends with your ex is more of a comfortability issue just because they've always been there, and this is true for the long relationships, then maybe consider this. They ended the relationship because the truth is they can no longer go on with a relationship with you. So that means they might not really exactly want to be talking to you, or they probably already have, figured out a way to be more comfortable in whatever life they chose. So at this point, you also have to decide that there's really no more going back. I'm not against with people being friends with their ex. I think it's really possible. I know for a fact that I'm friends with exes, um, but it wasn't instant. I think it took years before I became friends with some of them. Um, all because at that time I still didn't know my limitations. So I really just wanted to avoid anything that has to do with them because then again, I'm an overthinker. I would think about it. I would ruminate about it. I would try to figure what went wrong. And so I don't want that. I don't want to be punishing myself for something that has ended. It's fine. Whatever caused it to end, whatever reason they gave me, I'm just gonna accept it on a face value. That's it. And that's what I'm gonna tell people. The reason that I know. And sometimes when people would ask me for some of the exes, I would still say I don't know. I don't know why we broke up. Maybe he was seeing some other person. I don't know. I never ask. I don't want to ask. I just I guess that part I don't really want to know. Well, now after so many years, I don't really care about it anymore. But at that time, I just knew my limitation and I didn't want to know about that. Right? If there's one thing that I don't want to be a shelved item. I don't want to be a book in their book stand. I don't want to be their favorite collection on their wall. No, I don't want that. And you shouldn't want that too. Because you are wonderful. I may not know you, and some people might see you differently, but I know somewhere there is a wonderful person who's worth it for an actual love, worth it for an actual relationship, and not somebody who's just in the back burner. Everybody deserves something better. So some of our exes, they just want to be friends with us so that they have somebody to, well, fall back on. And no matter how you tell me again that you know this person so much because you've spent time with them, or maybe the relationship was so intense There's really no way to get in their brain and check their intention for being friends with you. Or maybe you being friends with them. Do you just want somebody to be your plan B? Because that's mean. I'm telling you now, that's really mean. That's the meanest thing you can do to anyone. Sure, have a plan B, but not a person plan B. Let them live their lives. Let them love again. Don't be somebody who would be an obstruction to that. Sure, they're happy when they're with you. Yeah, yeah. But don't exploit that at all. That's the worst thing that you can do. Well, of course, physical brutality is still worse. But I mean, that's gonna be so traumatic. That's gonna be traumatic to the person. And sometimes these expectations are also baits. You set an expectation, you let them live the fantasy, but in the end, you're not gonna be there. That's just mean. Really, really mean. And do I say a little bit sociopathic? So, yeah, don't treat anyone as an item on your shelf that you can just get whenever you want to get them, and be happy for a while and then shelf it again. I kind of feel bad about my dolls, but yeah, don't be that person. Or if you feel like that person is doing that, no matter how much you love that person, love yourself more. Please, love yourself more. Now, see, I think pretty much, and I've been saying this a lot, when love comes a full circle in your relationship and the relationship still needs to end, right? Um, you don't really need to answer this question so much, because I think it will come natural that in time you'll be friends with this person, with your ex. Now, there are other people in the relationship sometimes, because you've been friends with your friends, or you now have the same circle of friends, or you had been very involved with your family. If that's the case, I think it's harder to break up with the family of an ex rather than with the ex. All because it's a different kind of love that you feel. It's not a romantic love, and this is what I'm talking about. I would say, when you go online, there are so many different things about this, but there's just one thing on everybody's list. Just be cautious about it. Just know your limitation. It's okay to be friends with the family. That's totally fine, especially if you're really used to it. But of course, if they ask you out for dinner with your ex, think twice about it at least. It might not go really well, or it might go really well, but no, actually, most of the time it won't go really well, because your ex would be there, memories will be triggered. What if your ex was with somebody else? Um, Jealousy would spike up. Yeah, anticipate all of these feelings, especially if you're an overthinker. Overthink in that direction so that you will take more precaution when it comes to being friends with your ex's family. How about being friends with the friends? All I can say is at this time, the most important thing is your psyche. At this point, the most important thing is how you feel and what you want. So if being friends with his friends is just like having friends around, it's fine. But if it's being friends with his friend to get an access to him or to her, cut it. Don't do it anymore. I would tell you now, don't do it anymore. It all boils down to intention, really. And that is the very basic of the limitation. What's your intention in staying friends with the family, in staying friends with your ex, in staying friend with your friends? Okay, how about dating? How about dating a person in their circle of friends? Let's answer that on the next episode when we go to talk about, are you ready for dating? Um, Now that you're single, how when do you know that that you're ready for it, and whatnot. Um, Transitioning to a single life, and trying not to burn bridges as well is really challenging at this time. But the real time that you the real phase where you're really able to move on and let go of whatever past is holding you with this person is when you have forgiven yourself and forgiven the other person. Usually, it's easier to forgive others than to forgive yourself, especially that we live in a society that demands so much of us. And I think, I really think innocence is robbed when the idea of shame and guilt are introduced. So, with all the shame and guilt that you have felt for this relationship, whether by your own fault or by the fault of another person, whether you had been gaslighted or not, um, it will take a long time. And the key to that is not to rush it. Sure, you can experiment, have other relationships, but be aware of your own fragility of where you are. Sometimes people just think that you don't talk about it, that you're going through it as if as if nothing happened. Um, they don't know what happens at 3 a.m. when you're alone and you're just alone with your thoughts. Nobody knows about that. Nobody knows about when you pass by the McDonald's where you're always eating. Maybe you're not showing emotions. Maybe. But deep inside, you feel it, you know? So, it will take time. And it's up to you whether you want to talk about it or not. When you're out with your friends, always remember that it is not your responsibility to update them with whatever is going on through your heart and mind. And that is totally okay. So at this point, you can think about how you want your life to move forward. And at this point, we're just over a minute, I think, for the 35-minute mark. But let's keep this conversation going. And at this point, how are you planning to tie those loose ends? I will let my outro do the rest for me. If you want to get connected with me in any way, listen to the outro, and I'll see you next week for our next episode, your new future. Oh yeah, we did not answer your question. Can we still be friends? Yes, we can. Sure, we can. All right, I'll see you on the next episode. Bye. Hey, stranger. This isn't a one-way conversation, so join me and let me know what you think. Send me an email at linotegami@gmail.com. That's linotegami@gmail.com. Let's be updated with each other's lives and follow each other on Instagram. Look for at Lilith Star or LILITHSTR. Let me know if you like our discussions and if you like the show. So please do leave a rating on your favorite streaming for this show. I'd love to hear from you in any way. Stranger, thank you so much for listening. Please keep healthy and see you on the next episode. My name is Lee, and this is Decapitated Thoughts.